Honest or just hold it?
Whatever you prefer. Hello, world. This is Gregory Smith here. I am the fiance of this wonderful Tyler Epps. Introduce yourself to your people who you already speak to.
You just said my whole name, but my name is Tyler.
Tyler.
Yes.
Oh, you just like to keep it Tyler?
Yes, simple. Tyler.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm Gregory, and I am starting a video series. I'm calling it. You remember the title that I want to give this?
The original title was like My Shy Something.
Oh yeah, that was my first one. Um, why how I date a shy girl or something. That was kind of weak. The first one is never as good as the best title for a show. But you remember what I came up with after that?
No, I don't remember.
What I was gonna go with was um, why why I love my fiance so much.
What about when I transition to being a wife? What you gonna
I
do
don't
with
know.
it?
I was thinking about originally calling it wife,
But
but you
I'm
ain't
not
my
there
wife.
yet.
You ain't there yet.
Oh.
You got some work to do,
Okay.
okay? It's a bridge we have to cross. But I don't know. I like why I love my wife so much. Even though you're not my wife, I'm still figuring out the title to the series, so spare me. I just wanted to really do something with my girl because she's so pretty and she's long overdue. You got a lot of oof, oof.
Vaseline.
You got a lot going on down there, baby.
I don't want to be dry.
It's all good. But my girl to talk about and promote more her candles, which we'll talk about here in a second. But I have some stuff for us to cover. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, let me start. I got to get my notes. Here we go. Don't be in my
I'm
business
not in
now.
your
Don't be in
business.
my business.
Okay.
Okay, we here obviously on the floor. We just moved
Yes.
into this apartment that we've been in about 14 days,
Yeah, like
15 days,
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So the first question I got for we discuss is moving into a new place.
Okay.
You've moved from San Francisco
Yes.
to Dallas,
Yes.
and the place that we moved from,
Yes.
you were basically there 3 years.
Hmm.
How does it feel making that move again? You haven't moved since you moved from San Francisco to Dallas. Now, obviously, this move wasn't that far, a couple
Yes.
miles up the road.
Yes.
But does it? How does it feel being in a new place after your first home, even though it was an apartment?
Right. That's a good question. I think for me, so far the past 2 weeks, I think, well, let me back up. I think sometimes a move, it gives you an opportunity for a fresh start, to do something new,
I agree.
to challenge yourself, to get uncomfortable. And for me, being in that space that I was in, my apartment for 3 years, I loved it. I was comfortable with it. I was like I knew the area very well and I was very happy there. But I do think after a certain time, whether it's your job, whether it's working out, whether it's whatever you're into, you can get into a routine, but then it slows you down in life. So I think the move, I've liked it so far. I know this is our first time actually fully moving together. Backstory, he was traveling back and forth very, very far to come to my apartment compared to, because I work from home and he goes into the office. So he was doing that for a while. So I know he was already making a sacrifice, which I really appreciated. And now we're here and I'm actually really excited. I think when we first got here, it was like a fresh start. It smelt new. And now we're getting a chance to decorate it and make it feel like a home for us. So I really am enjoying it.
How you was at the place for 3 years?
Hmm.
Would you? How soon would you recommend a person move from an apartment
Like amount of time?
to, yeah, like how long should you be at an apartment until you just I need to move, because an apartment is, typically it's year to year.
Yeah.
Like, is would you say, hey, if you're comfortable here at this apartment,
Mhm.
just stay at this apartment,
Mhm.
or it's best to move around every 2 to 3 renewals to get a fresh start?
That is a good question. I think it depends on a person's situation. I would generally say 2 years because that first year you're getting to make the apartment the way you want it to look, getting to know the area, and then year two you get to really fully be able to appreciate the apartment. But I feel like everyone's situation is different. For me, my rent was going up crazy, so at a point it was like, am I getting the value I need out of my apartment? So I think everyone's circumstances is different. Like it could be a financial reason, it could be wanting to be closer to certain things, like for work. But I would say on average, I would say 2 years to me is a good time based on my experience.
2 years. Um,
What
okay,
What
I
about for
agree.
you?
I think if you just in an apartment and you're not ready to get a house or nothing, I think every 2 years, or three,
Okay.
but at 2 to 3, you should move around, get a new space, a new location. Because when you get a home, typically people get homes for a long period of time,
Yeah.
and the layouts are the same unless you do some renovations or something.
Mhm.
But apartments, you don't like this layout or you get tired of, you just want something new. It ain't nothing but going to search for a new apartment, signing a new lease to get a new complete feel. So I would say every 2 to 3 years. Ain't like you about to live in seven,
Different.
8 different apartments, but
Makes sense.
I think that's about the good amount of time. So
Okay.
yeah. Okay. We're in our new space, but we got some work to do.
Yes.
So spare us, right? We just got the boxes moved, and we got a lot more work to do. So
Mhm.
let's go on to the next topic.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. What I want to discuss now, and the reason I'm bringing it up is because I think it deserves to be promoted, baby. I have to be honest. And even though it was a couple weeks ago now, I still have the clips. Oh, yes. I still have the clips. I forgot what day it was. It was last month, but and I have to, pat myself on the back because we had our date night last month. The date that I chose, we went to Club One
Oh, yeah,
Bedroom,
that was fun.
and obviously we went a couple weekends ago,
Mhm.
but that was one hell of a time.
It was a lot of fun.
And even though it was a couple weeks ago, I was like, man, maybe somebody have or have not heard about it. But if you haven't heard of it, Club One Bedroom, it's like an event where a DJ comes out and they just put on the bangers, put on the spins, and everybody has a good time. Tyler lost 2 pounds in there, probably. She sings and dance all the time. So I don't think she thought she was on Earth. But we had a great time. I'm about to insert a clip of her dancing or some yelling at the stage. She was having a good time. So the event experience to people that haven't went.
That is a that's another really good question. I would say it's one of the best experiences that I've had in a long time, especially at the age. You get in your 30s and you try to like slow down, but I think it's still important to enjoy and have fun. And with your first question, I would say I would describe it as just what I feel like the 90s parties would be like,
Yes,
where it's just
yes, yeah.
music, no phones, just vibes. And you're bound to meet a friend or someone that you didn't know because y'all are connected through music, which is such a powerful thing. Like, if it's like, there's a couple things that connect people in a different way, which is music and film.
Do you think it was the music? Like, I believe I was that 2000, 2001 through 2002. You go to the parties in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Is it the music that was more, because during that time it was no phones and all that stuff. We just
Yeah.
partying and dancing.
Hmm.
So it's like, do you have to play that music from the time
Mm.
where it was no phones to get people to do what they was doing with no phones?
I think it's a mixture of music and I think it's a mixture of comfort. No one in there really had heels. No one in and everyone in there was dressed to a comfortable. Everyone looked fly and looked good, but you also was comfortable. You know your feet not gonna hurt. You know you can really enjoy the music. You can dance because normally clubs you get a section or you get bottles and you dress up and things like that. It just felt more freeing. Like they created a space that made you feel free. And I think it was through the music. I think it was the comfort of how people were dressed. I think it was the comfort of being so close to people and connected. I just think it's a very well thought out experience and I loved it. I had a really good time.
Um, yeah, I had a blast. I would recommend it to anybody who haven't been or heard of it. I think it's the closest thing to your senior year, freshman in college
Mhm.
experience
Yeah,
that you can get.
I agree.
What would you rate it out of 10?
I would rate it a 12, like a 20. I had so much fun. Like, cause it's like basically what I do in the bathroom or in your home, just outside with the singing and dancing. Why why are you making that face?
What you do that in the bathroom?
Yes, I sing and dance all day.
Okay. Um, yeah, I thought it was a great Club One. It's like Club One BD. I'll put it on the screen so you can check it out. Please go. If you haven't, you will not regret it.
At all. It was hot though, so be prepared.
That's good. That's good.
Because
Those
it's
are the
because we
best
was having a
parties.
good time.
Those
That's
are the
true.
best parties
They
when
are.
you sweating in them edges.
Oh, yes.
You
Cause
know what I'm talking about
yeah,
with
cause
them
my
edges,
edges
huh?
was gone. They were lifted.
Ooh, yes, they were. So, okay, on to the next
Topic.
topic. Okay, baby, this is the last topic, and I'm interested because we've been talking about it, but um, I've been waiting to ask a few questions regarding it, and I think today is the day since we can get this out to your peoples. So here we go. The third topic is the wedding.
Okay.
We are getting married. I'm excited about it.
Me too.
Awesome. And she's so crazy. And as of tomorrow, which will be April 16th,
2026.
as of in a few hours, we will, or you will be, um, exactly 1 year from your wedding date as of tomorrow. So you got a year and a day. So
Yes.
how how does it feel right now currently? Obviously you got a year remaining prior to your wedding coming up, because obviously I proposed in September. So we didn't have a date in
No.
September. We just got engaged.
Yeah.
So over the last few months, we've been looking for some places, doing a little bit of work,
Hmm.
and we finally got a date, which is
April 16th, 2027.
right. So tomorrow it will be exactly a year.
Yes.
So how you feel knowing you got a date and it's a year in a few hours from right now. Sorry for being so long.
That I feel really excited. Well, I feel two things. I feel really excited. I think up to this point we did a lot of researching to find a venue that works for us, deciding on a date. I think I can be a little bit like an overthinker. So I think I'm really excited that we finally have come to this point. And I'm happy that we're doing it a year from now because I think it gives us the best time to make it what we want it to be without feeling rushed or pressured or anything, like we're doing it on our timing. And I'm just so excited to make it us, like add different elements that really represent our story, our relationship, our journey. And also, I think you had mentioned it's like the one time in our lives where friends, family join us for one day of music, dancing, food, and just, getting to share that day on an important day for us. So I'm really excited about
Yeah,
that.
I think you get that only a few times in your life. Now,
Agreed.
those few times, which is like a segue real quick, because you just made me think about it, where everybody come together.
Yeah.
Growing up, it's first off, some before you born, some may do the baby shower.
Yes.
So friends, family, everybody,
Yeah.
baby shower. You born,
Hmm.
a lot of people, I only know a few, that's heavy on the 1-year-old birthday, which you wouldn't even remember.
Right.
Right. After your 1-year-old birthday,
Hmm.
the next time everybody will come together for you is your high school graduation.
Yeah, it's gonna be a minute.
It's gonna be a minute.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a minute. Some go big on prom, but that coming together ain't as big as graduation, I think.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Right. So you got the graduation. After
Or Sweet
graduation,
16, if people have them.
yeah, I know Sweet 16 is big, but I don't know if it's bigger than high school graduation.
Yeah, probably not. Like family, like come out, come out.
Graduation.
Hmm.
Right. The next biggest time people will gather for you after your high school graduation is if you graduate college.
If that, because colleges, they only give you a certain amount of seats, so you gotta have like a
no. I
party.
ain't talking about at the school.
Oh,
at your own house.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Family coming out.
They limited them seats, so we ain't gonna be together when you walk across the stage.
Right.
But when you come back to the house, family gonna be there. So I think it's college graduation after that.
Okay.
After you graduate college, it's kind of individually. Only thing that's promised to bring your family together outside of college graduation, let's say you go, I think is if you get married.
Yeah, or sad times like a funeral or something like that. But as
Outside
far
of
as
a funeral.
positivity is getting married. People love to dress up, go.
Yeah, so I was. You just made me think of that. Like, how many times in a person's life are they gonna have all the family gather?
Yeah, it's very, very rare, and especially if you have family that comes out of town, it got to be something special.
Right, a graduation, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just made me think of that. It's I am excited about that part, family and friends coming together. So it don't happen often, so I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. Wait. What are you looking forward to?
Baby, I'm the one asking the questions.
Oh, sorry.
Lord Jesus, how you just gonna turn into the question answer?
I'm sorry.
Man, I gotta talk to you after.
Show you how. Okay.
My next question before we get out of here was something you learned about yourself in the process of being engaged and planning a wedding the first few months. You haven't been engaged forever or in and planning a wedding forever. But what's something you learned about yourself so far since being engaged and planning a little bit of a wedding?
Okay. So about myself,
Yes.
I will give a positive and a negative that I learned about myself.
We can all learn. We can all learn.
Yes. I learned about myself. I am quite selfish when it comes to certain things. Like when it comes to the wedding, I'm like, I really want it to be this way. I really want it to be this way. And sometimes not taking into consideration things that you may want. So I think that's one thing that I learned about myself from the negative perspective. And I think that's just wanting to be married and wanting to have a wedding that you envision having since you were like a kid.
Okay.
And then on the positivity standpoint is like how happy and grateful that I get to do it with you.
Oh, really?
Yes. Oh, hey, you dramatic.
Okay.
I think we align very, very well when it comes to ideas, being creative and patient with one another. You're super patient with me, but I think doing it with you has made it much easier because you're a patient. I think for me, a lot of times I would have gave up or been like, no, and things like that, because it's not easy.
Over here. We're no quitters.
Right. And then on the wedding side, I just learned that weddings are very expensive.
Ho. Can I respond?
Yes, you can respond.
You're just taking this wherever you want to take it.
I'm sorry. You asked me a question.
I did. I said about you.
Oh.
That's you so far.
Okay, sorry.
Help me.
You said in planning a wedding.
Right. No, I said something you learned about yourself in a process, just you. I'm just focusing on my lady.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Now, back to the regular scheduled programming. Now, the last question is regarding this topic.
Okay.
What is the biggest shock you've learned about weddings since you've been in the process of planning one so far?
Can I answer now?
Yes, you can answer, girl. You in a free country. You can answer whatever.
Oh, okay. I've learned a couple things. Number one is that weddings are very expensive. There's like no way around it not being expensive, especially if you want to have, like, if you're thinking of having like a bigger wedding, there's no way around it not being expensive. There's too many elements that you have to go into. Venues are very expensive, unless you do.
Quick question. Do y'all not think it's expensive before somebody asks you?
I never did research as much as I thought I did. I just knew I wanted it to be pretty and magical and have a good time, but I did not realize how expensive the venues are. So that's number one. Secondly, I didn't realize how many things you can do to make the wedding like special. Like, we've gone to a couple bridal expos where you can learn about different things you can add to make your wedding special. It's you learn a lot. Like, you don't have to do the traditional things that you see done. There's so many things you can add to make your wedding very special and make it represent you. The third thing I'll say is that when doing your guest list, you really try to narrow it down to who is really your friends and who is family, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna invite this person, I'll invite that person, realizing I haven't talked to this person in so long. Like, why am I inviting them?
Can you not invite somebody? The relationship hasn't been consistent.
Okay.
But when you was 22 or 19, and you just go back, they made a big impact in your life. Can that person get invited? Y'all don't talk every day? You ain't seen them in 6 years.
But y'all talk every blue moon or something?
Every blue moon through social. Not through text, not through phone. But they made a big impact on your life.
I don't think so.
Back in the day.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So that's something I've learned. Yeah, but I don't think so. Unless they're like someone at this point in your life that's making a big impact again. And also it depends on how the relationship ended too. Like if it ended, they made a big impact, y'all talk every once in a while, but it was a bad ending.
It said it was great.
Possibly, I may consider it possibly. But depending on food cost, which means less people equals less. So that's another thing that I've learned.
Lord Jesus.
And then, I learned about.
Maybe that's the fourth
No,
one.
because I just learned so much.
We're gonna have to save it,
No,
child. We're gonna
wait.
have to save it,
Please,
child.
please let me.
Nuh-uh, we're gonna have to come.
No.
Baby, I got 3 questions and people got stuff to do. We gotta go you wanna go get some ice cream?
No, I want to get yogurt.
Okay, well, we gotta save it. Okay, look. It's another day
Okay,
coming.
wait. No, just one more.
No, we gotta save it. Write it down.
Okay, I'll write it.
Here we go. Teamwork. Okay, thank y'all for tuning in to a different episode of what I got going on with my beautiful lady. I'm working on a title, and she will say goodbye. You want to tell them to get some candles and talk to them about the story candle on the way out?
Yes, so I have a small candle business. I'm based here in Dallas, Texas, and the root of the story candle is it's rooted in community gathering. I currently have 2 candles. Love is where it's encouraging people to spark conversations about love, what love may mean to them, what it means to them, friends, families. And then I also have a candle called Compassion is where it's to spark conversations about being more compassionate with one another. I'm trying to work on doing more like vendor events to kind of get out there and build my own community. But if you love candles and you love your home or any space that's smelling good, I encourage you to check out my candles. I'll also drop a link in this video, but I also have it on my main page if you want to check out the candle.
Okay. Shout out to the Story Candle and them allowing us on their platform. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
Thanks.